Right, here we go with a bonus video for all you out there in model railway land. Welcome back to Harold Road. It is still March 2025, and we've got a special going on today. We have got a review. Yeah, we have got a review of an Accurascale class. What is it? What do we think it is? Is it a 37? Is it a 60? Or is it a 31? Now, I did put it on the Facebook page the other day that we had a special delivery from Accurascale. I don't think anyone actually got it right. They actually did get the colour right, but no one actually said the running number. I don't think they did anyway. Anyway, look at the hair. The hair is growing. I mean, seriously, I'm just loving the new sheen and the shine and the fact that it's just beautiful. I can't really see the camera because the hair is just in the way. But yes, welcome back to Harold Road with me, JB Jubsy, for a special video today. I know it's still March 2025, and I said I wasn't going to do a video until April, but you have got a nice shiny new toy to look at. This was delivered to me over a week ago, and I have not, as you can see, I've not taken it out of the box one bit. It's sat on my workbench at work, and I have not touched it. I know. So we'll be having a look at that in a very short while, but first a little bit to camera. I always do this at the beginning of every video just to say hi and welcome to Harold Road. Well, if you are a new subscriber to a channel, this is Harold Road. This is the YouTube channel for Harold Road. It has a Facebook page as well, but this is the YouTube channel where we do all of the reviews and we have a look at what's going on during a normal month. But we've got a special model to look at very shortly. I'm just looking at the screen on the computer. I've got to say a big hi again to Tinsley Dave. Now, Tinsley Dave has started a campaign for Harold Road to be YouTuber of the Year. Now, I think that's quite a bold statement to try and get me to be YouTuber of the Year, because there is so many professional modelers out there who do pro editing and all sorts. They don't have a dinosaur on steroids or a jumping up and down toy that says rude things. But I mean, if you want to start this campaign to make Harold Road YouTuber of the Year, go ahead, mate. That'd be great if I could. I'd like it to be like the alternative model railway channel. Informative, yet entertaining, as I always say. Also, the hair is growing. I'm loving, look at this. Just look at that. It's loving that. I must say, people are laughing at me, saying that that's a wig. I mean, seriously, would I really go in front of you lot wearing a wig? I've had a hair transplant. I'm going for that Danny Robbins look. Do you know what I mean? I want that thick head of hair. Yeah, we're going for that. But we're not going to mess around today. We're going to go straight into this model from Accurascale. As I say, can you see what it is now? Yeah, a couple of you did say network rail. Well done. It is a network rail class 31. It's not a 37 or a 60, because I don't honestly think that Accurascale would actually send me something serious to be reviewed. I will review it. I'm going to, because I'm excited about doing this review. It's a model. It's a model I've been after for ages. It's an Accurascale exclusive as well. So it's going to be, do I weather it or do I not weather it? So that's going to be a poll I'm going to be doing to see what you guys think. Should I leave it pristine or should I do the Jubsy treatment on it? I don't know. But firstly, I think before we crack on with the video, I hope to do a little bit of scenic work with you at the end of the video as well, if I get time. Lots of people always say to me, how do you do your scenics? We'll have a look at that in a short while. The training is still going on. I'm still doing the training, and German volume. Oh God, German volume training, and it's going really. It's really growing. But I've hurt my back again. I know. I hurt my back on Wednesday, and it wasn't done at the gym. It was actually done at work. So I did go to the gym on Friday, but I had to stop what I was doing and come home because the back just really hurt. So I'm a little bit down at the moment, if I'm totally honest with you, because I've got this back injury. But that's nothing to do with what we're about to do here. All right. So yes, it is an Accurascale Class 31. Yes, it is a Network Rail one. But what could it be? So without further ado, I've got my bit. We're going to pause it, and then we're going to do a review of this new Accurascale toy. Sorry about that. I just had to switch the compressor off. So before we get into it, we are going to we're going to do the big reveal in a moment onto the workbench. But before that, I'm going to unsheath it as we speak. Oh, I'm just really excited about this. Really am. So let's just take the first bit off. There we go. That's lovely, that. What do you do with yours? What do you do with your Accurascale boxes? I mean, they're quite handy for putting bits and pieces in, aren't they? You can put your paints in there. You could put some tools and stuff in there. I mean, yeah, that's quite good, isn't it? They're quite handy. Right, so let's just take the other one off. Yeah. Right, here comes the exciting bit. We're gonna undo the bit of tape at the end, and then we're gonna get it out. So here we go. Let's undo the bit of tape. I'm really am excited about this. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so the tape's undone. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, yeah. We pull it off. Oh, we pull that off. That's lovely. Here we go. Oh, I can't wait for this. Accurascale Exclusive. This is 31105. I know the number. 31105. And this is Network Rail Yellow Era 9 to 10. It just fits in with my modelling era. And I was so lucky to get this. So thanks to Accurascale for getting this. The big question, as I've said probably before in the intro, is do I weather this or do I leave it? It's going to be on the Network Rail train. I don't know. We'll have a look at it once we get it out of the box. So without further ado, I'm going to use my thingy. I'm going to switch you off, and then we're going to go in. Right, and welcome back to this. Oh, I can't wait for this. Look at this, eh? I'll start that again. Bloody hell. Hang on. So welcome back to Harold Road for the big reveal of this Accurascale Exclusive. Yeah. 31105 in Network Rail. Do you know what? I'm very, very, very excited about this. I just cannot wait to get this out of the box and have a look at it. The fact I love a Class 31 is one thing. The fact is it's a skinhead Class 31, i.e. there's no head code panel on the top. I just love a skinhead 31. That's why they're called skinheads, not because like I used when I had hair. Right, we'll stop talking about hair. Let's get on with this. Let's get on with it. Right, so the first thing to do, just move that phone out of the way. I don't smell of anything anymore. Excuse me a minute. Have we got any more of that Roxley Models foam? Because this one don't smell. There's no smell to that one. Excuse me a moment. Be right there. Have you got a Roxley Models one? Yeah. that's better. Right, we'll get back. I have to have a bit of foam beside me. Right, so here we go. We're going to go for it now. All right. So first of all, we're going to remove the outer packaging. This one is nice and loose. I love it. Oh, he says. Right, people are going to have to stop sending me things to review and gluing things on there. Look. Oh, for God's sake. I am never going to get YouTuber of the Year for this. This is just, look, it's not coming off. So it's now Accurascale are messing me about, are they? Alright, here we go. I'm going to try again. Here we go. Slowly, slowly. I don't want to pull it too hard. I'll end up pulling my workbench. It's not coming off. Really? Look, I'm not holding on to it, look. Nope. Oh, I'm going to start this again. Fucking thing. Right. Here we go. So here we're going to go for, first of all, we're going to go for, I'm just going to move you back slightly because you can't get it all in. And I want to get it all in. Everybody would love it to be all in shot. So first of all, we're going to do the famous vacuum drop. But look at the box. Look at the box. The box is lovely, isn't it? Brush Type 2, Class 31, Network Rail, 31 105 176.2 scale, 00 gauge model. I mean, I love the box. I mean, it's even got the numbers all over it. Look, smashing. And just for those who are looking for one of these, there you go. Good luck in finding it, because I was lucky to get this one. There you go. It's an ACC 2846 network rail, yellow. Oh, yeah, right. So first, we're going to go for the vacuum drop. Let's see how long this one holds in the air. So here we go, vacuum drop. It's not even, here we go, look at this, look. Can you see it popping at the bottom there? Oh, it's like Sunday morning after Chinese. This is a good drop. This is a fantastic drop. This is going to take quite a while. We have got 40 minutes on the clock. And, oh, it's dropped. So we are greeted. Oh, mate. We're greeted by an exclusive edition certificate. That's been signed by all these people. Proudly presented by the Accurascale team. Isn't that nice? That's a nice touch. It's even got a little seal on it, look. That's lovely, isn't it? See, now I see that, you think to yourself, do I weather the thing? We've got the, when I used to work on the railways, I've said this before, every class of locomotive that you worked on, you had a manual. But this is a copy of that, and I think we went through this with 31128 Charybdis. Anyway, so you're greeted. I mean, look at all this, look at that, complete locomotives from one organisation. I mean, is it Merleys? Yeah, the old Merleys engines. If you know your Brush Type 2, the first batch of Class 31s or Brush Type 2s had Merleys engines in them, and they all went a bit wrong, and they had to be re-engined with English Electrics engines. So you get a little bit of history by Gareth Bayer, a driver's eye view from Nigel Mack. Now, Nigel Mack is such a lovely fella. I don't know him, but you know, adverts for East Anglia knows the power of Merleys National. Oh yeah, Merleys National. Look at that. So you get an introduction of the Class 30. 31. So originally, like the skinheads were like, well, Class 30s really, and you get all the information you need to know about the Class 30, 31. You then get some the design makeovers, the liveries, etc. And that's what we're looking at. This is what I mean by Skinhead 31. There is no head code panel on the top. So, oh, doesn't that look lovely, eh? But there may be loads of pictures of, yeah, there's a later version with a head code box. This is kind of the same pamphlet you get in most of the Accurascale boxes for Class 31s. It looks identical. Yeah, you've got the later edition. Then you've got the privatisation, network rail, Fragonset, DC, network, and Nemesis, all used Class 31s. And then there's a driver's view from the wonderful Nigel Mack, ending with some lovely pictures there, and another fantastic advert for 226 locomotives of British Rail. Ooh, so we've got that. Then you've got the wonderful, fantastic stuff all about DCC, and you've got all the different things you can do with it. Nothing to do with me. I'm DC. So here we've seen this before when I reviewed 31128 Charybdis. Please read the instructions before operating your model. Don't plug it into the mains or anything like that, or shove it into an orifice where it shouldn't go. And then you've got your exploded diagram. Look at all the parts. Look at all the parts. Wowzers. But oh, here we go. Hang on. Let me just put all this stuff down nice and gently on the floor, out of the way, so I can get to the box. Just hand that over, will you? So that's gently put on the floor. So first of all, we are greeted by an LS 750. It's always great when you get a new piece of foam. Look how rigid that it has. Let's just do the Waka Waka Hui helicopter. And we're going to go for the 2-second sniff. I don't smell it. That's not exactly. It does not smell like the Roxy Models foam, I've got to say. But how rigid is that? That is so rigid. It's not like the what were we reviewing the other day with a really bad foam? Oh, that was the Dapol, wasn't it? That was half the size of that. This is ooh, that's really good. I might actually where's my Roxy Models one? I actually think there's a difference in colour as well. Look, difference in colour. I actually think that this one in the Class 31 is actually slightly thicker. You know, we've got to test this theory out, really, haven't we? Is it the same? We'll get to the model in a minute. But foam is a very serious thing with myself and the Foam Sniffers Club. Yeah, I do believe this one is slightly thicker, more girthy. But I'll stop doing that. Anyway, let's get on with it. We'll just put that down. Oh, hello, baby. So you must read the instructions on the reverse of your card before reviewing the model, and that just tells you all about the Accurascale model that does contain modern advanced electronics that need to be used in conjunction with a equally modern controller to give the optimum performance. So don't use some old manky old controller from like the 1930s or something. They want you to use something like a Gauge Master or if you're DCC, you got to use whatever it is, the Scorponok Digi what's it 7000, and then you've got another card there. It's not exactly that gives you information to if you're using an ESU decoder and a non-ESU decoder, and for us DC modelers, 2, 4 and 6 are on for operation with the DCC blank, but this is for your lights, so we'll put those down. We don't need those. So we are, do you know what, it looks stunning. I ain't got it out of the box yet. So what I'm going to do, I am going to just realise that my flies are undone. I'm just going to do my flies up, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this out of the box in a moment. Right, oh, it does look nice. Right, here we go. I mean, just looking through the box at it, I think this is absolutely stunning. I just really cannot wait to get this out of the box now. So we're just going to remove out of the box first. Right, okay, that's stuck. What is the point of me and you lot trying to make me YouTuber of the year when nothing actually bloody works? Look, I'm not holding on to it, look, it's just stuck. Here it comes. Here it comes. I think Accurascale knew I was going to be reviewing this model, so is it right? It's free. Is there glue underneath that or something? No. Oh, right. So first of all, before we get to that, we just have to make sure this is operational, because this is a new one, and that, yeah. We do this down the Foam Sniffers Club. It's called the aircraft control stick, and you just literally like that. It's a new one, that is. It's a new thing we do. It does that? It doesn't. And you do this as well. We call it the twist. Look at that. Can you do that? How many? Get your Accurascale boxes out, guys, and see how many times you can twizzle your insert box. Oh, I did 2 then. Oh wow, that's right. Hang on, let's get rid of this. Right, so you get another LS 750 at the bottom. Oh, mate. That's really nice. Right, okay. We'll just going to get rid of the box, put that down on the floor nice and gently. And here we go. You get, oh no, I've got to go through this again now, haven't I? Hang on, let's just get a bit closer. Oh. So, if this is glued, I am not going to be very happy, I tell you. I'm getting sick and tired of trying to get these things out. When people try and... Oh, that's stuck. Right, okay, I might have just to pause this. I think we're nearly there. It's starting to move. I think we're getting there with... I think we're on the vinegar strokes. Oh, it's moving. Here we go. Right, so the outer sheet is... We've broken the crust. I'll just remove that one. Put that on the floor gently. And you are firstly greeted with your bag of bits. You get... I think this is generic with the Accurascales, or all their stuff, really. You get some quality... excuse me. You get some quality... bits and pieces like snow plows, and you get... I don't know what this... There's a red thing here. I don't know what that is. We'll have to find out where that goes. But there's pipes, there is multi-working jumpers, and a set of snow plows. Now I'll be interested to know if this has got snow plow mounting holes on it. I'll put that aside for now. I'll put that in the bottom, and we're going to go for the we're going to go for it now. We are going to have a look at this in detail. What a quality review. Come on. What a quality review this is. Look, this is a joke. What is this? Let's send JB this model from Accurascale Exclusive and he can't get into it. Oh. Right, so here we go. Oh look, you've got all this protection. You've got all this here, look. That's on the roof. You've got another bit there and another bit there. What a quality packaging we have here from Accurascale. So I'm going to pause now because I'm now going to put this model onto the weathering turntable and we're going to have a really good look at this on the handheld. So bear with me a moment while I just get the old weathering turntable out. Right, so before I get the weathering turntable out, I am just, all joking aside, we are just going to have a look at this now together. Oh my god, this is absolutely stunning. Okay, so we've got intricate bogey detailing, underframe. It looks gorgeous. You've got all this brake piping on the bogies. You've got, look inside the cab there, that cab. We'll have a look at this properly in a moment when I get the turntable out. But here's just a close look at it on a 3/4 shot there. What a stunning, stunning model. Look at that. Wow. That's all I'm going to say. Just wow. I'm absolutely speechless. If I'm totally honest with you, roof detailing is superb. You've even got the NRN pods on the top there. All the grab rails, the boiler port blanked off. I've been told that the fan does spin. We'll have a look at that in a moment. I think you've got to switch it on though. The roof hatch does actually come away. We'll just remove that now for you. So I've removed the roof hatch. It's held on by a couple of magnets there, and inside is your interface for your DCC, whatever you put in there, your decoders, etc. But there's also bits and pieces in there so you can do your lighting. I think there may be a switch in there to turn the fan on. We'll find that out later. But apparently the fan does work when it runs. So when we do the run test, we'll have a look at that. But yeah, the roof hatch is simply just, you have to get something quite thin in there to get it in there. It is held on quite strongly with the magnets. You can't really do it with your fingers. I just used my trusty, where is it? My trusty scalpel. There we go. So without further ado, let us put this on the turntable and have a good look at it. So here we go. We're going to spin this around for you. We can have a close look. You got buffer beam detailing there. Please excuse the shadow. I've actually put a head torch on to assist with this look at this model. Excuse me a moment. Just going to move it away from the petroleum jelly. So, oh mate, seriously, do we let's start again. Right, so yeah, that looks just really stunning, doesn't it? Hey, and we've got all this brake piping on the bogies there. Sorry, I'm just having a really good look behind the camera because I'm looking through the phone but also looking through through my glasses as well, because I'm just picking out this superb detailing. There's your battery boxes, there's your little fuel hatch there. Is it a fuel hatch? I can't remember. Just where you fuel it. Fuel cap. There's your fuel cap. There you go. Can you see that there picked out in silver? There's probably a fuel pipe behind that as well. That looks superb, doesn't it? Then you've got your brake actuators. There's more detail there as well. You've got the steps picked out in yellow for health and safety. Let's have a look inside the cab. The cab's probably got some superb detailing as well. Yes, it has. And if we look through the window, there's probably more detailing in the back there. There's a handbrake wheel. You can see the driver's seats as well. Let's have a good look through this window, because I think you can see more when you look through here. There you go. Look at all that detailing in there. I'm trying to get, there you go. There's a good shot. The phone actually worked for me there. Good old phone. You've even got more detailing there. Look. Engine room through the engine room windows. That's probably where I think that's where the little cooker stove is, if I remember rightly. I might be wrong. But yeah, I am suitably impressed. There you go. Look at that shot. There's your money shot right there. You can see right in that cab. Even got information in the back there. Sorry about the silences. I'm kind of blown. Oh, hang on a minute. We've got a little bit of damage going on here. Which is probably going to need fixing. This isn't the fault of Accurascale. This is obviously done in transit. Where's my pointy stick? So that's bent. And oh, don't do that. Oh, God, YouTube of the year, my arse. And then that one's on the as we say in Norfolk. That's slightly. Yeah, that's a shame, considering how much packaging goes into the model, you know, and how carefully Accurascale do pack their things. But things do go wrong. It's one of them things. It's not something I can't remedy, is it? But Yeah, that's a shame. I tell you what, one thing I do love about these Class 31s, especially the Zeros, not only, as I say, do I love it because it's a skinhead, I love it because of all this detail on the front there. You got your front marker lights, your headlight, and your rear marker lights. So we are now, without further ado, going to set up a running test. What I will say about this model, it feels slightly heavier than 31128. I don't know if there's been extra weight been added to the model. I'm not sure about that. Accurascale might be able to tell us, but it does feel slightly heavier than my 31128. So, without further ado, let us go to the back straights near Junction Road TMD and do a running test of this superb locomotive by Accurascale 31105. Before I get the 31 onto the track, I just thought I'd show you the project I was doing last weekend, and that was 66522 in Shanks Freightliner livery. Now this model was basically unloved. It was broken in certain areas, it was very toy-like. I had to fully detail it, and then I weathered it, gave it a pro weathering. And what really stands out on this model is the fact that I've given it a coat of ultra matte varnish. And if I can just slightly go in a bit further, I can't really, I'll leave it as it is, but you get the idea that this model, if you're on the Facebook group, you'll see it. If you're on the YouTube channel, this is the first time you've seen it. So I just thought I'll just add that. We have looked at the other Freightliner locomotives I did on the last video, but this is what I was working on last weekend, and that was completed last Sunday. Anyway, let's move on to the test for 31105. Right, so here we have it, 31105. I'm now going to place it onto the track. Hopefully it'll go straight on. There we go. Right, so straight from the box. Oh jeez, just fell over the box. Right, straight from the box, I expect this to run as it should. The track it's sitting on has been cleaned. I will prove that to you by running my fingers along there, and there'll be no muck at all on that track. God, only cleaned it last week. Right, so here we go, straight from the box. Does this Accurascale model run as it should? First test. There you go. Look, she's away. No messing around. Straight from the box. Look, I mean, hardly any juice whatsoever. It's crawling. Wow. Oh, I am suitably impressed. Literally, I'm only just turning the dial. This is the crawl test. Yeah. Wow. There is no noise coming, there's no hum. Let's just make sure that is the case. All you can hear is it going over the fish plates. That is lovely. Wow. I'm not normally lost for words, but yeah, that is stunning, isn't it? Oh wow. Let's just go in a bit closer for you. There you go. And we'll just do that little crawl one more time. Yeah, I think I'm in love. I honestly think this model is probably one of my favourites. I just love it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make up a network rail train, and we'll see how it pulls. Here we go. Here comes the network rail PLPR train with 31 105 on the back. Well, there you have it. That was a lovely shot of 31105 on the PLPR train. So that means my Network Rail train has now been completed with a decent locomotive pulling it. I have got a Hornby 31233 that will accompany, but really I would want the Network Rail train to be hauled or propelled on that train by this locomotive here, 31105. So what do I think? I think it's stunning. There's no other words that can describe an Accurascale model, to be fair with you. I know Cavalex, they do some superb models, and Hornby really have got to up their game now. Instead of introducing these railroad models they keep doing of old Lima X tooling and that, these models are a game changer for the hobby, and I think Hornby now will be left behind, because there's obviously Accurascale's Class 60s coming soon, Cavalex's Class 60s coming soon. These big boys are now the leader in modern image traction. Let's be fair. Let's be fair. I know Dapol have got their problems with some of their models, but their Class 68 is fairly decent. But for the money, £170, this is what you get nowadays. Stunningly accurate, fantastic performance. As I said, this one feels slightly weightier than the 31128 I had. Looking at the front, I still do not see any snowplow mounting holes. So, I mean, there's only one model that carries the snowplows, and that's 31128. You're not really going to be fitting snowplows to this model, because if you look at any prototypical pictures of it, it doesn't actually have them. But there's definitely no holes there for a snowplow. So how they're fitted, we don't know. I don't want to keep opening up the can of worms on this, because I don't have a problem with Accurascale. The fact is, I couldn't fit the plows fitted on my 31128 is beyond. It's not worth worrying about. But as I said, I can't see any holes there, and there is no holes underneath as well. If you have fitted snow plows to your Class 31, fair enough. I'm not gonna take Accurascale to task on it any further, because the model itself is just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So let's just sum up this video and say goodbye. So I'm coming in from behind. Everyone likes me to come in from behind, but this is the dilemma we're now going to do. Are we going to weather this one up? This is a Hornby model, 31233. It is pristine and boxed. Or do I weather up 31105? What are we going to do? I need a loco on the network train, on the Network Rail PLPR. So I've got a choice. It's either weather up this little baby, which is pristine and mint, or I weather up an Accurascale Exclusive with all the certificates and everything. I'm going to leave it in the hands of you lot out there. Part of me wants 31105 to be on it, but part of me wants it to stay pristine and in its box for future. So comment below, what do you think? 233 or 105 to run the Network Rail PLPR train? We'll leave it at that. Well, that's it from me here at Harold Road. I've had a text wondering why there is a massive jar of petroleum jelly on my workbench. Now, those of you with a naughty mind may think I'm doing something that I shouldn't be with this. The reason the reason I use petroleum jelly is I use it on my airbrush. Yeah, it's used to lubricate the needle. And if you don't believe me, that's your naughty mind. The fact it's a massive jar. I don't use it for any. Just because I'm alone up here in the loft on my own doesn't mean I'm doing something a little bit naughty. I'm not. Anyway, so that's yes, the reason why I use petroleum jelly in the loft. It's used for lubricational purposes only. So that is it from me here at Harold Road in the loft. I hope you've enjoyed the video today, the exclusive review of 31105. I was going to do some scenic work, but we've run out of time. We will do that in the April edition. So that will be, I've got a little bit of tired scenics over there. So that needs new foliage. So we'll be doing that in next month. I'm sorry that I ran out of time because the review has just taken so long. Just a quick one. If you are on the Facebook page, there is a new page that I've made up only this week, and that is John Batley's Weathered Models. Now, if you just want to see some of the weathered models that I currently do or have done in the past, please go to that Facebook page that has loads and loads and loads and loads of photographs of weathered models from my old layout, Junction Road TMD, and some of the stuff I'm doing now. And what I'll do is every time I weather a locomotive here at Harold Road, I'll post it on there as well. Also on the Facebook page, you have got the Harold Road supporters group. That's for all the supporters of Harold Road to post all their photographs. Also, Instagram has been updated this week, so Harold Road is on Instagram, as well as basically Harold Road is everywhere apart from Twitter and TikTok. So Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Thanks again for Tinsley Dave, who's trying to get me to be YouTuber of the year. I don't think that's going to happen, buddy. But I mean, your campaign, if you want to set your stall out, mate, and start a campaign for Harold Road to be YouTuber of the year, mate, I'm behind you and I'll support you. It's a great idea, and I love the fact that some of you members would love me to be YouTuber of the year, but I just can't do anything serious. I don't even think Accurascale are going to enjoy this review because, as I say, they're in bed with some other bigger modelers than me. Yeah, I'm just a child at the end of the day. So we'll see you in April when we'll be doing some scenic work, and we'll be going through some of the models that I bought in January, February, and I think we might actually do a recap of how many models do I actually own as well. That'd be good because I bought so many recently. A big shout out to Zeb Harris. Your 31601 or 602, I think, is winding its way to Norway. Thank you, Zeb. You bought one of my models, and the fact it's going to Norway, I'd love to see a picture of one of them when it gets there. So thanks, Zeb, for that. You bought one of my models that I was selling secondhand. Hopefully you'll enjoy it when it gets to your end. Nathan James, stop spying on me. He keeps following me around. But until next time, hopefully this has worked. We'll see you again in the loft in April here at Harold Road with me, Johnny Boy. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.